Dr. Larry Martin. I laid hands on him in Miami, Oklahoma. And God touched him in a powerful way, became a flaming evangelist. He's always been a great pastor and a great leader. And a revival historian. He's the best. He's very educated. Proud to call him a friend. Recently, his wife graduated on to heaven here a year or two ago, and I remember as we walked with him through that, but God blessed him with a young lady by the name of Linda, and she's with him. I said, if you'd have called me before you married him, I'd said run far and run fast, but you waited too late, and now you're with him. But now, this is a couple that's here with us. These are gifts of God, and you're going to hear. And Larry, I want you to stand right here so we can pick it up right there on the Revival channel. Just whatever God gives you about where we're at, what's next. Because everybody say the voice of revival. Say the voice of revival. I don't want to hear about, you know, all the churches are doing. I want to see a move of God. Anybody want to see a move of God? Give him a hand of welcome as he comes. Dr. Larry Martin, come on, give him a good hand of welcome.
Hallelujah. It's great to be in service with our dear friend John Davis. October 22nd, 1996, my life was a mess. I've served the Lord all my life. I've been in the ministry since I was born almost, but I was in a mess. I was the president of a Bible college. I was an ordained minister. I sat on the board of my denomination, but my spiritual life was in trouble. I've said many times that I was on spiritual life support, and Jack Kevorkian was my attending physician. The devil was waiting to tag my cold dead toe. I mean, I was done. I was tired of church. I was tired of religion. I was tired of all of it, and I was actually looking for a job. I was thinking I could do something, anything besides preaching, what I'd been doing for years. And a friend of mine was coming to Miami, Oklahoma, and he wanted me to come see him. He was driving 250 miles, and I was only 25 miles away, so I thought I could meet him there. He was going to church, and John Davis was preaching. And I didn't want to go to church. I sure didn't want to hear John Davis. I'd heard him before. But because my friend was there, I went to church that night. And I'll never forget, John come up the back aisle, snuck up on me. I didn't know he was there, and laid his hands on me and prayed for me. I got to tell you, I didn't feel a thing. I didn't feel any thrills or chills. I didn't feel a thing. We went out after service that night, and John said, Larry, God changed my life in Pensacola, Florida. Said, it doesn't matter how high up the ladder you climb if the ladder's on the wrong wall. And I realized that the ladder was on the wrong wall. And the next day, the Spirit of God was on me, and I cried. All day long I cried and wept, and I stayed in the presence of the Lord. He gave me a book to read, and I tried to read it. I couldn't read it. I just cried. And God changed my life when this man of God laid his hands on me 19 years and 9 months ago tonight, and I'm still counting the day, October 22nd, 1996, when God changed my life. And God has something for you tonight. I don't know what you're walking through. I don't know what your need is, but I'm telling you, God has something for you tonight. When that lady touched the hem of Jesus' garment, there was no power in the garment. The garment was hanging on Jesus. There's no power in us tonight. There's no power in John Davis except the power that he's hanging on to Jesus. And he's there tonight, and God's going to touch you. It's been several years ago now. I was praying and seeking the Lord, and I know about Dr. Cho's prophecy and about revival being all over the world. And I said, Lord, I don't see it. I remember when it was wonderful. I remember when we spent every night in the glory of God, but I just don't see that now. And I believe the Lord spoke to me, and he said that revival was like a hurricane. We live in hurricane country in Pensacola. When a hurricane stalls out in the Gulf, when it stops out there, it doesn't go away. It just gains strength. And I believe that there's a hurricane off the Gulf. I believe that revival hadn't stalled out. I believe it's gaining strength, and a Category 5 storm is coming to America. I believe in God for it tonight. I'm rejoicing for it. I believe it's starting in Branson tonight. God bless you, John.
Oh, lift your hands and praise Him. Lift your hands and praise Him.